Hi guys, it's me, Gwenny, back with another video. So this video is gonna be a bookish haul instead of my regular stationery haul. I just thought I kind of needed like a quick video for this week, and this is the only thing I can think of. But anyways, so this is 3 months worth of book of the month orders. So it is my September book of the month, February book of the month, and March book of the month. So book of the month is a book subscription service, and you pay a certain fee. I think it's like $15 or something like that per month. $15 or $17, I forgot how much I pay, but you pay a certain amount per month, and that kind of like gives you like a credit to pick a book from the selection they have for that month. So I did sort of like pause my subscription for a few months. That's why it's kind of like skipped. So it's like September, March, February, and March instead of monthly. But that is one good thing about the subscription service. It is now easier to kind of like pause your subscription. Before, it was sort of like it took like a lot of finagling to pause my subscription. I had to email them and talk to somebody and all that stuff. But anyways, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Gwenny, also known as Anything Fangirl, and I'm a sticker addict, washi tape addict, stationery addict, K-pop drama fan, Asian drama fan, a bookworm, a gamer of sorts, a collector, actually more of a hoarder, and welcome to my channel. So this is, like I said, a book subscription haul. I think I have 4 books in this thing, so maybe it won't be as long of a video for this week. But anyways, this is actually not sponsored, by the way. This is actually bought with my own money. Anyways, let's get to this one, and I'll talk more about book of the month while I'm talking about the book. So I will see you in the next clip. Okay, so the first book that I have is from my September book of the month order. Like I said, I haven't been doing like a monthly subscription thing. I kind of like tend to pause it if I don't see a book that I want. So like I said, this is a book of the month. This is a book subscription service. So I just looked, and I think I pay around $17+ every month to get a credit for a book. So whenever you do that, you get to pick one book from the book selection they have, and then if you want to add more books, then you pay a little bit extra. But I don't think it's as much as buying like this hardcover book in a bookstore. So this is why I still keep on subscribing to book of the month. But anyway, so this was my September selection. So this is Sarah Addison Allen's Other Birds novel. So I have read, I think, all of her books except for one book, and I've really enjoyed them. So I decided to get this one when I saw it. It came with a bookmark. It says, "Friends don't let friends dog ear books," and I am sorry to say that sometimes I do dog ear mine. I don't do it for other people's books, but I do dog ear mine just because I'm too lazy to grab a bookmarker. I know, it's bad. But anyways, so this is Sarah Addison Allen's book, The Other Birds. This is what the side looks like. So it has like the book of the month logo. This is the back of the cover. So this was September 2022 selection. And if you take off the book jacket, this is what inside looks like. I really like it. So this is a book by for St. Martin's Press. So I'll just read the quick synopsis on the side. It says, sorry. From the acclaimed author of Garden Spells comes an enchanting tale of lost souls, lonely strangers, secrets that shape us, and how the right flock can guide you home. Down a narrow alley in the small coastal town of Mallow Island, South Carolina, lies a stunning cobblestone building comprised of 5 apartments. It's called the Della Wisp, and it is named after the tiny turquoise birds who, alongside the human tenants, inhabit an air of magical secrecy. When Zoe Hennessy comes to claim her deceased mother's apartment at the Della Wisp, she meets her quirky, enigmatic neighbors, including a girl on the run, a grieving chef whose comfort food does not comfort him, 2 estranged middle-aged sisters, and 3 ghosts, each with their own story, each with their own longings, each whose ending isn't yet written. When one of her new neighbors dies under odd circumstances the night Zoe arrives, she is thrust into the mystery of the Della Wisp, which involves missing pages from a legendary writer whose work might be hidden there. She soon discovers that many unfinished stories permeate the place, and the people around her are in as much need of healing from wrongs of the past as she is. To find their way, they have to learn how to trust one another, confront their deepest fears, and let go of what haunts them. Delightful and atmospheric, Other Birds is filled with magical realism and moments of pure love that won't let you go. Sarah Addison Allen shows us that between the real and the imaginary, there are stories that take flight in the most extraordinary ways. So that is the synopsis of the book. So if you can see over here, the book price, if you buy this book from the bookstore brand new, and it's hardcover, you would have paid like $27.99, but with Book of the Month, it's only like $17.99. So this is what Sarah Addison Allen looks like. And I have read Garden Spells, Sugar Queen, The Girl Who Chased the Moon. I think that was my favorite, or it's a tie between that one and Garden Spells. I've read The Peach Keeper. I think I read Lost Lake. I'm not sure if I read First Frost. So she was born and raised in Asheville, North Carolina. So this is my September book. I haven't read it yet. I might save it because I think one of my book clubs that I go to, we are planning on reading another Sarah Addison Allen, so this might be the book for that month. So I'm gonna save it and see if we're gonna read one of hers for this year. So I have not read this one yet. So I will see you with my February books. Okay, so this one is my February book of the month choices. So like I said, you can pause your membership if you want, and I think you can choose between 2 month, 3 month, or whenever, and then you just renew it. You go to the app or the website and then just click renew, and then you'll get your credit back, I think for the next month or something like that. It depends on when you renew it. So like I have mine paused as of now, so I won't get a credit for April, but once I restart it, then I'll get a credit for another book. But anyways, so the way Book of the Month works is they have a selection of books for that month. So for February, I think they had like 5 or 6 selection of books. And then you can pick one of them to be your book of the month. And then if you want one of the older books from the previous months, then you can add it to your box, and then you just pay an additional, I think $15 or something like that for it. And you can also, if there is no books that you want for that particular month, you can just skip it, and then that credit for that month is gonna get added to the next month. So for example, I showed you the September one, then I paused my membership. I renewed it in January, but I did not like any of the January books, I think. So, or I did not pick one for that month. So I had an extra credit added to my February box. So I was able to get 2 books for February. So this is the bookmark that I got. It says, "Welcome to the Friend Zone in a Good Way. Happy 3-boxiversary. We're so glad to call you a friend with benefits." That sounds weird, but this is, it just says friend in the back. So I picked 2 books. So this is the first book that I got. It's Georgie All Along by Kate Claiborne. So I believe this one is, I think they picked it as, or they categorized it as romance book. And I think among the books they had in February, this is the one that just kind of called out to me. So this is what the cover looks like. Let me move the other book around for a minute. This is what the side looks like. You see the Book of the Month logo. And this says February 2023. And so when you open it, take off the dust jacket. So this is what it looks like. So you have the Book of the Month logo here, and you have the month of when it is. So I'll just read the synopsis of the book. I don't think I've read any books by this author. No, I don't think so. Kate Claiborne. So this is what the synopsis is. In this heartfelt tale of one woman's quest to reinvent herself, the acclaimed author of Love Lettering and Love at First delivers a poignant, witty reflection on how the hopes, dreams, and stories from our past shape our future. Longtime personal assistant Georgie Mulcahy has made a career out of putting others before herself when an unexpected upheaval sends her away from her hectic job in LA and back to her hometown. Georgie must confront an uncomfortable truth. Her own wants and needs have always been a disconcertingly blank page. But then Georgie comes across a forgotten artifact, a friend-fic diary she wrote as a teenager, filled with possibilities she once imagined. To an overwhelmed Georgie, the diary's simple, small-scale ideas are a lifeline, a guidebook for getting started on a new path. Georgie's plans hit a snag when she comes face-to-face with an unexpected roommate, Levi Fanning, one-time town troublemaker and the current town hermit. But this quiet, grouchy man is more than just his reputation, and he offers to help Georgie with her quest. As the two make their way through her wish list, Georgie begins to realize that what she truly wants might not be in the pages of her diary after all, but right by her side. If only they can both find a way to let go of the pasts that hold them back. Honest and deeply emotional, Georgie All Along is a smart, tender must-read for everyone who's ever wondered about the life that got away. So when I read that synopsis, I kind of was interested on reading the book. Let me see what the author looks like. Well, she has a drawing of herself. It says, Kate Claiborne is the critically acclaimed author of contemporary romance novels. Her work has been featured in the New York Times, the Washington Post, Oprah Magazine, Entertainment Weekly, Book Page, and more. By day, she works in education, and by night, and sometimes by very early morning, she writes contemporary romances about smart, strong, modern heroines who face the world alongside true friends in complicated families. She resides in Virginia with her husband and their dog. So that's kind of cute. So I cannot wait to read this one. I do have a bunch of books that I just borrowed from the library, but I will read this one. I will try to read this one sometime this year. And then the free book, or free, but it's actually my January credit book that I got. So this one is the book Circe by Madeline Miller. So I have seen this book pop up into multiple people's book list, wish list, reading stuff, and I've always sort of I look at it and I'm like, do I really want it or not? But I decided It's kind of like free, technically, for that month anyways. But it was the book of the year for 2018, and I have sort of been, whatchamacallit, obsessed with a musical lately called Epic the Musical, and one of the characters in that musical is Cersei. So I was like, actually, I didn't get obsessed with that musical until this month, I think. Yeah, I think I didn't get obsessed with it until this month, but now that I've heard, I keep listening to the songs and all that stuff, I really want to read this book. But I think two of my online friends, I think our plan was to read this book, but I don't know when, because we're still reading another book. So I'm gonna save it until it's time for us to read it. But like I said, I am obsessed with Epic the Musical, and the song, Cersei song, is one of my favorite songs in that musical. But anyways, so this is the cover, the side, the back of it, and you see that it was picked in 2018. If you take off the book jacket, this is what it looks like on the side with the Book of the Month logo. And then you have April 2018 right here. So I'll read you the synopsis for this book. So it says, the daring, dazzling, and highly anticipated follow-up to the bestseller The Song of Achilles that brilliantly reimagines the life of Circe, formidable sorceress of the Odyssey. In the house of Helios, god of the sun and mightiest of the Titans, a daughter is born. But Circe is a strange child, not obviously powerful like her father, nor viciously alluring like her mother. Turning to the world of mortals for companionship, she discovers that she does possess power, the power of witchcraft, which can transform rivals into monsters and menace the gods themselves. Threatened, Zeus banishes her to a deserted island where she hones her occult craft, tames wild beasts, and crosses paths with many of the most famous figures in all of mythology, including the Minotaur, Daedalus and his doomed son Icarus, the murderous Medea, and of course wily Odysseus. But there is danger too for a woman who stands alone, and Circe unwittingly draws the wrath of both men and gods, ultimately finding herself pitted against one of the most terrifying and vengeful of the Olympians. To protect what she loves most, Circe must summon all her strength and choose once and for all whether she belongs with the gods she is born from or the mortal she has come to love. With unforgettably vivid characters, mesmerizing language, and page-turning suspense, Circe is a triumph of storytelling, an intoxicating epic of family rivalry, palace intrigue, love and loss, as well as a celebration of indomitable female strength in a man's world. So that is a mouthful. But this is the author of the book. Madeline Miller was born in Boston and attended Brown University, where she earned her BA and MA in Classics. She lives in Narberth, Pennsylvania, with her husband and 2 children. The Song of Achilles was awarded the Orange Prize for Fiction and has been translated into 25 languages. So I have never read that book. I might have to get that book before I read this. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna have to go check that out. But those are the books that I got for February. So the next book that you're gonna see is, I only got 1 book for March, and that's gonna be the last book. So I will see you in the next clip. Okay, so the last book that I have is my March book of the month. So like I said, I paused my subscriptions. I'm not gonna get anything for April unless I change my mind and restart it before then. But this is the book that I picked for March. This is the bookmark that I got. It says, I'm a great judge of characters. This is book of the month in the back. So this one is another new to me author. I don't think I've ever read any of her books, but this book is called Wayward, by Emilia Hart. And this is what the side looks like. This is the back. It says March 2023. And then when you take it off, I like the clean covers. I don't know. I do like that part. So I'll just read the synopsis for you. So it says again, it's like $27.99 if you buy it brand new. So I think $17 for a brand new hardcover book is actually good. Unless you're one of those that kind of like likes the original hardcovers, I think. Because I think if I had gotten this one, it won't have the logo for Book of the Month, and I'm not sure if this is what the hardcover will look like. But I don't really care much for those. I just like it that they're brand new books. But anyways, so this one is Wayward. So it says, I am wayward and wild inside. 2019, under cover of darkness, Kate flees London for a ramshackle wayward cottage, inherited from a great aunt she barely remembers. With its tumbling ivy and overgrown garden, the cottage is worlds away from the abusive partner who tormented Kate. But she soon suspects that her great aunt had a secret, one that lurks in the bones of the cottage, hidden ever since the witch hunts of the 17th century. 1619, Altha is waiting trial for the murder of a local farmer who was stampeded to death by his herd. When Altha was a girl, her mother taught her their magic, a kind not rooted in spell casting, but in a deep knowledge of the natural world. But unusual women have always been deemed dangerous, and as the evidence of witchcraft is laid out against Altha, she knows it will take all her powers to maintain her freedom. 1942, as World War II rages, Violet is trapped in her family's grand crumbling estate, straitjacketed by societal convention. She longs for the robust education her brother receives, and for her mother, long deceased, who was rumored to have gone mad before her death. The only traces Violet has of her are a locket bearing the initial W and the word Wayward scratched into the baseboard of her bedroom. Weaving together stories of three extraordinary women across 5 centuries, Wayward is an astonishing debut in an enthralling novel of female resilience. So I think this one is going to be multiple timelines. I have read books with multiple timelines before. Well, actually, maybe it goes back and forth with the multiple timelines. We'll have to wait and see. This might be another book that I might have to wait to see if we're gonna read it for my book club. But it is categorized as magical realism in the Book of the Month website. So this is the author. It says, Amelia Hart grew up in Australia and studied English literature at university before training as a lawyer. Wayward is her debut and was highly commended by the Caledonia First Novel Prize. She lives in London. So, those are the books that I got from Book of the Month. Let me show you all of them stacked together. So that is all of them stacked together. I cannot wait to read them. I think of all the Book of the Month books that I've gotten, I think I've only read one so far. I am going to be be good to read books this year. My goal is 50 again, like I did last year. But I've discovered Libby, which is like an online book thing from my library, and I do have books from the library also. So I am going crazy with reading books right now. I'm not in a reading slump, so hopefully I will get to these books this year, and I still have to read the ones that I got from last year. But I did sort of like give my list to my friend Kathy, who runs our book clubs, to see if we'll read it in one of our book clubs meetings for this year. So anyways, that is it for this haul video. I hope I did not bore you with me just reading the book jackets and stuff like that. And I will be back to hauling stationery again for next week. I just decided I'm gonna do this week just because I procrastinated, got distracted by something else that made me sort of go a little bit crazy earlier. So that is it for this haul video. If you've reached this part of the video, thank you so much for listening to me ramble on. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing to my channel. And that is it. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys!